Hello YouTube, this is Shorter Ground here. So let's continue building my project. I already have a 3D case. I just printed on a 3D printer and already made the software. It's almost ready, but it's good for use now. And let's start. Let's look first at the case. As you can see, you have here the plug for the DC, for the serial port or USB port, and you got nothing on this side. This is the back lid. You just open the box here by removing these two screws, and on the front we have the LCD and the rotary encoder here and this main switch. So let's get started with powering the iron. Let's see, are you ready? Okay, let's go. Oh, I forgot one thing. I need power for this. As you can see, this is the set point and this is current temperature climbing up. Here a bit. It's already at temperature. As you can see, this oscillates very much because this tip it's low. It's like an active tip. It has low capacitance. So as you can see, the iron is already hot, and the temperature is set to 300. For now it only works on Celsius. This graph here is the power that PWM is output. So I have visual here on the LED. Let's put this down. As you can see, it turns off. If I go above the temperature, it turns on, of course, until it gets controlling. This is P8t Control, and let's get started on the interface. So as I mentioned before, this is the current temperature of the tip, this is the set temperature, this is the memory. I currently have 3 memories, so if I click, I cycle through memories. As you can see, 350, it already started to pump it up, and as you can see, it's very quickly. Now to store, let's imagine I want to store 330 degrees Celsius on M3. Just hold, select by rotating and click. It's done. So if I click, I cycle the memories. If I turn left or right, I go with the temperature up and down. When I reach a memory, it shows me you are in a memory with this value. So there's no errors here. So let's go to the settings menu. To go to the settings, you don't need to use very often, but if you want to calibrate on the interface, you can just double click and you are on the settings. So if you click now, it just reboots and don't store nothing. Then you start rotating and cycling the settings, and you have the standby time, which I'm going to set to, just click to proceed to edit mode. I will set to 30 seconds to standby time. Sorry. And you have the standby temperature. You can set to what temperature you like, 155. You have the power off, that it's implemented in the settings but not working for now. It's for a future. You have P8t Control. It's very useful if you want to tune your iron better for any purpose you want. So you can adjust here the proportional. If you click and hold, you can change the value by 1, as you can see, and the next value is integral. I recommended not to use integral, but it's there because you don't need the integral very much. You just want to be proportional and some derivative. So this is the reaction to the variation. And if you want to understand a little bit more, just go online and search for P8t. So it's already enter standby. Let's go to the settings again. So we have temperature correction. It's the temperature of the tip. Some tips are different, so you can fine tune here. You have the max power. So I powered this with 9 volts, 10 volts. So you have to be careful not to overpower this tip. So 80 works well. Then you can save all to a ROM or reset to factory. If you mistake something and want to reset all, you just click here and it resets. Whenever it starts the ROM, it reboots and starts, of course. And as you can see, it stores the new values, and I want to show when it goes to standby. So I set it to 30 seconds, 155. Let's see if it works. If you are working and the temperature is varying, it not enter standby. Only when it settles down and there's no high variation, it goes standby. Let's go to okay. As you can see, it enters standby. Temperature is dropping at a steady pace. So if I blow here, bang, it starts hitting again. So this is a pickup detection, but with the heat. Whenever you need to pick up this, it will drop a little bit the temperature from the tip. This is very sensitive. If you do like this, as you can see, temperature drops. So this tip is very active. It's very good for providing the instant thermal capacity you want, or thermal power. I want to show you guys how this works. So let's switch it to N3. Okay, As you can see, it's already climbing up, and it melts the solder well, as you can see, and it compensates the joint. Let's say I want to make this joint here, which is very big. I just put the iron here and it delivers the power to melt, hopefully. Well, you can tune the settings. As you can see, it's already melted. You can tune the settings for more action or lower action. Of course, if you are soldering with this, you don't going to solder these joints, but it's just an example how it can easily melt the joints. And reach the temperature. The most important is to not overpower and go nuts on the temperature. Some soldering irons can melt, but then you are putting too much temperature on the component and it can damage the component. But it's a very versatile tip. I like these tips. They are cheap. If the tip burns or something, you just need to buy a tip. It's like €1.40, €1.50. Just cut the tape, the captain tape, remove the eraser, just put another tip, wrap the tape again. And one thing I recommend is to put on the first I don't have this here, but on the first if you have on the first time you're going to power this, you need to have something to hold the captain tape a little bit, so that it's just like a sleeve. If you have let me pick up one for you. Okay, like this is a sleeve of fiberglass. Just put like this and wait a little bit, and it starts to melt, and it cures the captain tape, and it stays forever like this. Okay, so if you do this, you don't have problems with one wrap. Of course, if you have a good captain tape, you won't have a problem with it. Okay, and that's all. I hope you like this soldering iron. And the advantage I see on this is that you have an active tip, like the active tip like irons are very expensive, like JVC and Wella, and it's very small compared to the other ones. I have one here, standard iron, as you can see. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit if you want to compare the size. This is more standard iron, and it's all. I think it's all. I cover all the aspects. Oh, you can buy this on eBay if you don't see it already. This is a USB iron that connects with this cable, and this is the box, as you can see here. Okay, this project is available on GitHub. I'm gonna drop the link down below in the comments, down below in the description. Please comment, share and subscribe if you like this project. Go ahead and build it. I will be very proud for helping and for making this to you guys. Okay, I'm going to improve the software a little bit. It requires some polish, but for now it's working very good. Maybe I put the lamp auto power off, maybe I put some kind of sound feedback. When it reaches the temperature you hear like a beep. Let's see. Oh, one thing I forgot. As you can see, the thermistor runs by the Captain tape. You have the instructions on the GitHub, but the cable of the wires of the thermistor, I just poke a hole here and it enters the. It's not beauty, but for now it's a solution. And the best of this is that you can build this for under $10. This costs about $4. I don't mean the box, but the box is very cheap too. This is $2, this is $1, this is like 50 cents. The Arduino Uno is $3-4. So all the pieces are very cheap. Okay, of course you can build some kits that are in the internet, but like I said, I want something to be smaller and to solder SMD components, and this is, I love this. You can put the iron like this hanging on, and when you want to solder, just pick up like a JVC, like a pen. This is a pen, almost like a pen. Okay, so this is freaking out. That's why it's work in progress. Okay guys. Something is going wrong. I think it's the power supply. It's not very good. So until the next video, see you guys. Please share and comment. I'm happy to see your comments and reply to them. Okay, bye bye.